This is Inside Indiana Business, radio on demand for the morning of March 24th, 2023. I'm Wes Mills. City officials will today break ground on the $170 million Fishers Event Center. The 8,500-seat entertainment and sporting event venue will be home to the Indy Fuel minor league hockey team. The project will serve as anchor to the $550 million expansion of the Fishers District. Planners anticipate the project to be completed by the end of 2024. Connecticut-based Blue Buffalo broke ground Thursday on a $200 million expansion of its operations in Richmond. The pet food maker plans to build a 169,000 square foot addition to its Wayne County facility. The company says it plans to add up to 60 jobs by the end of 2024. The expansion comes less than 4 years after Blue Buffalo opened the doors on the Richmond facility. Shares of Elanco Animal Health stock slumped again Thursday, one day after Moody's Investors Service downgraded the company's credit rating. Analysts expressed concern about the company's large debt load and a product pipeline that has not kept up with the competition. It closed at $8.79 a share Thursday, just missing a 52-week low. An Elanco spokesperson defended the Greenfield-based company's record, saying it met Wall Street's expectations for 6 quarters in a row following the Bayer Animal Health acquisition, when an economic downturn affected a number of companies. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business, radio on demand.
Get ready, Northwest Indiana. We're headed your way. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the inaugural Engage Northwest Indiana event, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Tuesday, April 25th at Valparaiso University. We'll be diving into regional and statewide initiatives with a focus on talent, education, and issues shaping our economy. More at ibj.com/engage.
Cameron Memorial Community Hospital in Angola is partnering with Trine University to support students in Trine's new nursing program. The partnership includes the construction of a new education center on the hospital campus. The 3-story, 32,000 square foot facility will include multiple classrooms, 4 simulation rooms, a 10-bed skills lab, and office space. Trine recently received approval from the Indiana State Board of Nursing for its Associate of Science in Nursing degree, which the university said will help address the nursing shortage in Indiana and the U.S. Monticello-based Fratco is marking a milestone this year. The corrugated drainage pipe manufacturer is celebrating 100 years in business. The company started in 1923 as a clay tile kiln and now produces industry-leading drainage solutions. President and CEO Chris Overmeyer, who represents a 4th generation of ownership, says the company has continued to innovate. He talked about longevity with Inside Indiana Business reporter Alex Brown.
Something we're really proud of. You can't go 100 years and not have to adjust and adapt and improvise along the way. The old buggy whip story. You can make the best buggy whip in the world, but what happens when nobody needs those anymore? So, Fratco's gone from a company that made clay floor and wall block to clay pipe to now plastic pipe and other things even. So we're always asking ourselves, what's next? And I think that's why we've been around so long, and we hope to be around another 100 years.
Yeah, talk about that, the ability to adapt over time, not just to the changes in what your customers need, but just changing the business environment over the years.
Yeah, I've got a financial advisor friend who always uses the disclaimer that it's easier to react than it is to predict. And I get angry when he says that. I'm like, no, that's what I pay you for. But he's right. And that every day you wake up and the world's a little different. And the forces that cause that are bigger than you, and you can't really control, but you can adjust the azimuth of your ship, right, to the new true north. And that's what we try to do. I try to climb up in the crow's nest, look out over the bow and say, okay, 2 degrees right today.
The company has a plant in Francisville, 1 in Illinois, and 3 in Iowa. Indiana State University says its 5th annual 24-hour Giving Day resulted in record fundraising. The school says it received nearly $1.4 million during the one-day drive. More than 1,700 donors from all 50 states and 3 countries contributed during the 24-hour fundraising event. A Toronto-based technology company that developed an employee recognition and engagement platform has released its 2023 Achievers 50 Most Engaged Workplaces list, and 2 Indiana companies were recognized. Achievers says the list acknowledges employers that display leadership and innovation. Indianapolis-based MedXL, a healthcare facilities service provider, and TriMedics, an independent clinical asset management company, are the only 2 Indiana representatives on the list. The tech firm says the company's demonstrated leadership in leveraging innovative employee engagement and recognition tactics. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.